Alright, as always, you can go to YouTube channel My Medical Nightmare and see 40 plus hours video on everything that happened to me. Alright, update on the business practices of Alabama-based Birmingham Radiological Group. They claim to have 45 radiologists on the payroll and are composed of doctors that examine MRI, X-rays, and CT imagery. Many doctors and medical practices in the Birmingham area rely on their services, and you may be surprised if you went to see a doctor and had an MRI, CT, or X-ray in the Birmingham area. A BRG Birmingham Radiological Group doctor may have examined your images, and you may not be aware of it until later. I was a customer and patient of Birmingham Radiological Group in 2018 and 2019. I had 3 of their doctors look at MRI, CT, and X-ray of a major injury that I had in my head. I almost died from this. These doctors wrote in their reports that I had no injury present. I knew otherwise. Went and got the pictures. I'll put the pictures up here yet again. And what is clearly visible at this time when I was being told these falsehoods was that around 6 inches in diameter of infection appears inside my head. I'd actually broken my skull in the basilar area in the region of the occipital condyle and condylar canal. My issues are unresolved outstanding as it relates to Birmingham Radiological Group doctors Angus Baird MD, Julian Patrick Druhan MD, and Donald Shane Kelly MD. In my own case, they were doing work for American Health Imaging and St. Vincent's Hospital, then owned by Ascension. Recently, this has been rebranded and acquired by UAB, University of Alabama at Birmingham. Later in the video, I'll go into detail more about what happened to me. Bad doctors resort to all sorts of surreptitious tactics to conceal their identity once they are exposed or run afoul of local laws or become black sheep in the community, etc. And you can see examples of all these in my videos. Then you have the Spinoff venture. This brings us to today's video topic. And unbeknownst to many in the Birmingham, Alabama area, back in September 2025, Birmingham Radiological Group launched their spinoff titled Visa Vascular. And this Twitter post dated September 12th announces the opening of the Vascular Interventional Specialists of America in Birmingham. You go to their About page and it reads, Visa is the Alabama Interventional Radiology arm of Birmingham Radiological Group. It reads, Visa physicians specialize in treating diseases and other health conditions less invasively without open surgery, general anesthesia, hospital stay, or lengthy recovery. Our physicians utilize medical imaging to expertly guide procedures using tiny catheters and miniature instruments from within the body's vascular system. And interesting, the location of this new outfit is given as 3570 Grandview Parkway, Suite 100, Birmingham, Alabama, 35243. It's off Highway 280, across the road and down a ways from the Grandview Medical Center Hospital. Another MRI, Medical Diagnostic Imaging Center, American Health Imaging, AHI, which I had a negative experience with, who works and partners with the Birmingham Radiological Group doctors, also operates in this building. And interestingly enough, a few years ago, I made a phone call to Birmingham Radiological Group CEO Doyle Stewart. I'll include the call at the end of this video. And here he tells me that he could not help me with my problems involving their doctor, Angus Baird MD, who misread a $500 cash MRI had done in the American Health Imaging facility in downtown Birmingham near UAB in 2019. Although Stewart said they don't work with those doctors anymore, a webpage still exists as of October 2025 on the Birmingham Radiological Group website, which lists several doctors who are mentioned as doing work for American Health Imaging in Birmingham, Alabama. And in December 2024, American Health Imaging and CEO Scott W. Arendt entered into an agreement with the U.S. federal government and the state of Georgia to pay a settlement of over $5 million to resolve allegations that they violated the False Claims Act by providing physicians with meals, tickets to sporting events, and other gifts to induce those physicians to refer diagnostic scans to AHI's independent diagnostic testing facilities. So these were kickbacks. I was a patient at Ascension St. Vincent's East Hospital in 2019, and I found myself a victim of a string of unexplainable misdiagnoses as well as patient dumping. When I took these issues to the doctors, I found that the radiological organizations for which the radiology specialists work are a major corruption choke point in what I've just explained. Ascension and the radiological groups would not place me in contact with the doctors directly, which they should have, to clear up these issues. In my case, I broke the underside of my skull. I had 4 scans done, X-ray, CT, and MRI. The scans were looked at by 3 state of Alabama licensed medical doctors for Birmingham Radiological Group. The pictures were taken, the doctors looked at the images, issued their reports. They wrote down with their signature affixed that no injuries appeared. The diagnosis did not sit right with me because every time I would move my head just a little bit, there would be incredible pain and crunching bone. I went and got my medical records and those pictures. I'll put them in this video again. What you can see in these images is I had broken the underside of my skull, misdiagnosed from the outset. Close to a year later, infection set up around the main wound that was unacknowledged. I almost died from this injury. There are other patients out there like myself who are in the process of fighting Ascension. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to post again my complaint to the Better Business Bureau. So this exchange is documented through a third party. It's not hearsay. Birmingham Radiological Group, look what they wrote in response to my concerns. The woman they had issue this response, Shannon Sykes, also possesses no medical credentials or qualifications in the state of Alabama, and she did not name a sole licensed individual to back up her statement. And this is very concerning and telling. Again, they've got 50 doctors on the payroll. Somebody has a question about an erroneous report that shows very serious head trauma-based injuries that somebody could easily die from. And read carefully their response. And this response alone, this should cost Birmingham Radiological Group their operating license. And the individual doctors involved should also be punished. That's my belief.
Thank you for calling Birmingham Radiological Group.
Birmingham Radiological Group, may I direct your call?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to have MRI sequence reread. Had an injury show up in an MRI that one of your doctors looked at. I need to have this looked at again, please.
Okay, what facility or hospital did you have your MRI done?
Okay, this would be American Health Imaging. And the doctor's name was Angus Baird MD.
Okay, well, let me connect you with their office manager.
Right.
May I help you?
Yes, ma'am. Who am I speaking to?
Becky Burgess.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, ma'am. I was a patient of one of your doctors. I'm trying to have an MRI sequence reread. An injury appeared in this MRI, and I need to have the doctor take a look at it again, please.
Okay, and what's your account number?
This MRI that I'm calling about today, this was done at American Health Imaging.
handle American Health Imaging. I'm sorry, you have the wrong number.
How do I get in touch with Angus Baird MD? Because his phone number leads to you guys.
Yeah, he is one of our doctors, but you'll have to contact him through AHI.
Birmingham Radiological Group, may I direct your call?
Yes, sir. I just called a few minutes ago trying to get in touch with a doctor who misread an MRI scan.
Okay, and you spoke with our office manager?
I believe so.
Okay. Okay, and?
Yeah, I need to talk to the manager, please.
Okay, I'll see if she's available. One moment. I'm sorry, she stepped out of her office. I can take a message. For call you.
Okay, could you put me in touch with somebody else at your group in authority? You got to think about that for a sec.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's an unusual question.
How about a doctor? You have many doctors
Sir,
at work.
there's no doctors. There's no doctors on our premises. We are a billing office only.
Okay, yeah, I need to speak to somebody in authority because I've got some issues.
Okay, hold just a moment. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How can I help you?
Well, first of all, who am I talking to?
My name is Doyle Stewart.
Okay, what's your position and who do you work for?
I'm the CEO, and I work for Birmingham Radiological Group.
Okay, yes, sir. I have some questions that I need to ask to you.
Okay.
All right, I had an MRI scan done in 2019. I got a doctor's signature here, Angus Baird MD, and I got some MRI pictures that show very serious head trauma. I have a broken skull, and I got a radiologist report here that says I have no injuries in these images, and so we got a big problem here because I have an injury that I almost died from, and I need to have this situation corrected. I need to have the MRI scan reread, please, and my injury acknowledged.
Where was the scan done at?
Okay, this scan was done at American Health Imaging. This is like downtown Birmingham. I've got all my records and my reports if you'd like to see them, sir.
No, I don't need to. AHI, we no longer do any work for AHI.
Is that just your excuse? Because the scan.
That's my answer. We don't provide the services to AHI anymore. So we do not have any of the scans. The scans are at AHI. They could do what you're requesting.
Okay, I have a copy.
You'll have to contact AHI.
I have a copy of my records, and the doctor works for you. You can put me in touch with the doctor, and we can clear this up in a few minutes.
Well, no, I can't because the scans belong to AHI. See what I'm saying?
What?
We just read for AHI. So there's nothing he can do.
Yeah,
If you want the scan reread, then AHI's going to have the scan reread.
Okay, I just called AHI, and they told me that they couldn't do anything to help me, that they don't deal with those doctors anymore. I wonder why. That's you guys.
That's correct. We don't do their work anymore. Well, we had a contract different, so we just don't do it anymore.
All right, I need to get this issue cleared up, and I'll be happy to come and clear this up in person if I can't talk to somebody on the phone about this.
No, I mean, there's no need in that because the only way to clear it up, if you want another read on those scans.
Yeah, your doctor, he misread my scan, sir.
Well, I don't know that or not, but
I had some scans done through Ascension St. Vincent's. Do you still work with them?
Ascension St. Vincent's, which one?
Yeah, but I had a 4/22/19 CT scan done at St. Vincent's East. By this doctor was Julian Patrick Druhan, MD. And in this CT sequence here, I have broken bone that shows up in the basilar area of my skull. I was given a report, but the doctor didn't acknowledge these injuries. Can I have those scans reread?
Well, that is different.
You got to come up with another excuse, don't you?
No, I do not. Now, and if you're going to continue to act this way, we're going to discontinue this conversation.
That's your decision, sir.